met, and welcome to another episode of The Forgotten here on Ggameknights. I am your host and your dungeon master, Savvy, and we're here to play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm so excited. But before we do, let me tell you a little bit about what we got going on the channel this week. We got so many friends in chat. I'm so excited. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm glad you're here. This week on GGK, our schedule is only slightly different. Our next live stream after this one will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Our GM for our Masks game, however, will be missing, so we're having a one-shot instead tomorrow. They're playing Monster of the Week. LB Hackemup is going to be running it along with all of our Tabletop Tuesday friends, so go hang out with them tomorrow. Thursday, we will have a new episode of Red River Legends, our Urban Shadows miniseries that Val is running for the next couple of weeks. Friday, Neon Souls, where we're playing Fate. Saturday Night Star Power, where we're also playing Fate, but it's anime instead of sci-fi. And then Sunday, hopefully, back around for Slaying 201. That's really the only thing this week that is up in the air. I'm having surgery this week, so hopefully I'll be raring to go by Sunday. I'm sure I'll be stir crazy, at least. So just keep an eye on our Twitter for any schedule updates. But if you are live with us on Twitch, you can see our whole regular schedule down below our faces on our drop page. If you're with us in the future, perhaps on YouTube, it is pinned to our Twitter. It is also pinned to our show's channel in our Discord, which you can join and come hang out with us and talk about all manner of nerdy things and keep up with our schedule and all that good stuff. That's really it. The only other thing I can think we have a merch store, which I'll put a link to in the chat. You can check out cool merch that we made with silly stuff that we've said on it. We've got tank tops and t-shirts. We've got mugs. We've got a lot of fun stuff in there from a variety of our shows. We also got some GGK logo merch as well. So go check that out. That comes directly to us, and it supports the channel and the things we make here, the people that are on it. I think that's the important stuff. I am going to let these folks around me here introduce themselves, tell you who they are, where you can find them on the internet, and who they are playing tonight, starting with Sid.
AOA, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at GreekSid, pretty much talking about the fun stuff that I do here. I am a GGK exclusive currently. I'm here on Mondays. On Thursdays, Val is nice enough to run things for a couple weeks while I'm in the middle of Tech Week Hell for the musical. So thank you for that. But yeah, we'll be back on Thursdays for, I don't know what yet. We're gonna figure it out. Maybe we'll do Urban Shadows. Maybe we'll do some more Good Society. Maybe we'll do some Monster Hearts. Whatever it is, it will have monster fucking and feelings. That is my goal. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, and then I'm on Fridays, every other Saturday, Sundays. Lots of fun stuff here. Tonight, I'm playing Marta. Marta is a Fear, Bolg, Archfey, Warlock, Pact of the Tome. There's all the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. Indeed. Morgan.
Yep, that's me. I'm Morgan, also known as Imagine Matrix on the internet. I'm mainly a cosplayer, so if you're interested in that, you can find me at Imagine Matrix on Instagram and Twitter and all the good places on the internet. And then I'm here on Fridays and Sundays and Mondays. And today I am playing Aurelio Carlin, who is a druid, half-elf druid.
Oh, you were saying she was half a druid. I was like, what is the other half?
Monster fucker, obviously.
I thought I missed something. Sam.
Hi everybody, my name is Sam. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Smackaroni. My teeth make it really hard to say that. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, really wherever. I am currently here on Mondays and Fridays, playing here in The Forgotten in Neon Souls on Friday. I am playing a tiefling bard named Gladness, and he's got himself into some business tonight. We'll see about that.
As some of my favorite musicians would say. It's business time. Val.
Hello, everybody. I'm Val at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. You can find me. I gotta stop looking at the captioner because it's not getting some of those words I just said. I think it just said
said you're valid. It says I'm valid.
That you are. You
Yes,
are
I
very valid, Val.
You can find me here Thursdays through Mondays playing running games. Most of them have already been mentioned. I'm running 3 games this week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So come hang out for all of those. But tonight, I will be playing Pod, who is a Kobold Soul Knife rogue.
Excellent. I'm going to stop making dumb jokes in the chat because it's my turn to talk again. That was the, we've already pointed out, but that was the one other thing that I wanted to point out to everybody, is that we're trying out a new captioner today. We've got a chat command and all that stuff about it that'll pop up, I'm sure, as we go along. But Zoom, which is the service that we use for video, recently rolled out live captioning, and it does things a little bit differently than web captioner in that it tries to separate out who's speaking and everything. So we're trying to make that as easy to read on the screen as possible. So if you have feelings about it, tell me on Discord. If you're one of the people that uses the captions, so we're messing around with it. So bear with us if it's doing its best, and so are we. All right, are we all ready to play a game? No, Sam's not, because Sam knows he has to go first. All right. Let me get the right recap. Don't fuck it up again. Previously on The Forgotten. The party made their way into the raider camp, set on freeing the cult's hostages and perhaps taking a little treasure for themselves as well along the way. After exploring a bit and convincing the monk Leosin that he should leave with them, sort of, they did some recon. Leo took on the form of a little lizard and explored part of a large cave in the back of the camp, stumbling upon, among other things, a shrine to Tiamat, the 5-headed dragon queen, filled with black dragon-themed memorabilia. Afterwards, they convinced Longdedrosa and the gang to set up their nightly bonfire closer to the hostages, ostensibly so the guards could partake in the festivities as well, but obviously they had other ulterior motives, as they always do. Marta was visited by her best friend, Baz. Pod snuck into the cult leader's tent and stole some letters about the transport of the treasure. And Leo and Gladness struck up a conversation with Rezmir, which ended with her inviting them both back to her tent in 10 minutes' time. And so we're going to pick up basically right where we left off. Leo and Gladness, Rezmir has gone back to the large tent in the back of the camp and has told you, show up in about 10 minutes. What do you do?
Okay, so that's never worked with us together before like that. I mean, we've never gotten this far. It's worked in some capacity.
Yeah. Usually they just give us the information we want. This is not what I expected.
I'm blaming you.
Blaming me?
Yep.
You're blaming me?
Mm-hmm.
Explain that.
Well, it's your fault that we got this far this time.
In what way?
I mean, clearly she liked what you were saying more than I was saying.
All you said was she was pretty.
I mean, that's usually all I need to say.
Well, we don't usually great for you?
We don't usually hit on really smart people.
Right, we may have misjudged this situation a little bit.
So what are we gonna do?
Well, I have... How long would you say I have left on my disguised self?
Oh man, how long does it last?
I think an hour.
I think we said like 15 minutes left, like last time.
Yeah, I
like
was
10
gonna say
Yeah.
like probably 10, maybe 15 minutes
So
if
by
you
the
really
time
push it.
to be there.
Can you cast it again?
Yeah, can
I
you cast
can.
it?
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. It only disguises self. It doesn't change self. So there's certain things that somebody who would be bound to notice.
Huh. Well,
Wait, Leo. I can cast it on other people.
are you gonna make me look like human you?
If you don't say anything, it might work. She seems to like it when people don't talk back.
But then where would I be? Because we were both invited. And again, she seemed more interested in you, so.
Well, that's. I messed up.
Just cast on yourself again, and if she comments on it, just say you have invisible horns.
Oh, because that's normal.
She doesn't know you.
All right, fine. I'll just cast it on myself again. Fine. I'll waste my energy on it. I need that for other things.
Mm-hmm. Well, how about you go on ahead and just say that I got caught up doing something else?
We're both invited. You are coming.
Yeah, but then we would have to, like...
Says who?
Well, I mean, it's kind of implied as part of the whole thing.
You know, fine. If you don't want to come, I'll just go alone. You can hang out with Londragosa, and I'll just tell her that. I'll tell her that you decided to hang out with Londragosa instead.
Okay, I'll go hang out with Drosa.
Fine. Okay, fine. And so I cast Disguise Self on myself again and then walk away in like an angry huff towards her tent, because it's been, I would say, about 10 minutes since the argument.
Okay. So in a huff, Gladness, you make yourself appear once again like the human version of yourself, and you walk angrily, confidently, probably a mix of emotions in there, towards the tent in the back of the camp. You just go in.
I definitely give a like knock on the tent, like it's me.
Okay. There are a couple of guards, but they don't stop you, probably having been warned of your arrival. And you hear from inside Resmir's voice, "Come in."
All right, and I go in.
You find her inside the tent, looking very much the same as she was before. Sort of purple belted robes. She has taken the greatsword off her back and leaned it up against some of the things in the tent. And once again, she is sort of leaning over the table in the center of the room, just kind of idly going through some things. She sort of glances towards you, looks back down to the table. "Where's your friend?"
She got caught up with her friend.
Ah, I see. You don't look happy about that.
I could take it or leave it.
All right. Well, your personal business is really of no interest to me.
That's how I like it.
What's your name?
I don't remember what my fake name was.
I couldn't remember if you gave her one or not.
I
'Cause
gave
didn't
her a
write it
fake
down.
name.
So this is a free pass because I didn't write it down to make one up.
Oh, I remember what it was. Kane.
Right. That was not me trying to catch you in a lie. That was me
Nope,
not
that was me
remembering.
forgetting.
Kane. Shoot straight with me. Why are you really here?
A few reasons. I'll be honest. Since we're one-on-one. First, I thought I might be able to make her jealous. Number one. Not that I care, but I felt like I needed to. Number two. I think I really just wanted to know.
Know what?
If what she told me was true. About half dragons.
I'm sure everything you've heard is completely true.
Well, I'd like to find out.
Close the tent.
Hey, close the tent.
As I quote Dragon Age to you, it'll fade to black.
Yep.
Over that one. What a fucking good energy to start out on. Okay. You've all seen, I assume, Gladness go into the large tent at the back of the camp alone. The tent flap shut. What are the rest of you doing? We'll get back to you in a minute. You're not done.
I'm sorry, I was just so excited to watch this nonsense happen that I completely forgot. Did we have a plan? What the fuck was the plan?
Pod had a semblance of a plan,
Well, Pod was the only one actually
I think.
moving forward with
actually
the plot last week, so...
Doing my part of
Pod-
the plan. My plan was to distract her.
I mean, you're great.
Gladness is doing a
recall
great
what the rest
job.
You're doing a wonderful job there, my friend.
So Pod's already done the sneaking around, and you stole the letters out of the backpack that we're talking about, the shipment.
Yeah.
of
I know the
stolen goods.
next step was to free the prisoners. We needed to get the keys from her. That was, I guess, now Glad's job. Who did I have my telepathic link with last time?
Leosin and Leo and Leo, right?
Yeah, the Leos.
Great.
Because one of them, you were talking, I know you were talking to Leosin, and then you had it with Leo because she went into the cave.
Yeah. That's right. Leo. Come in, Leo.
Me?
I'm talking in your head. Yes, I'm talking to you.
Well, I know you have a friend named Leo. Maybe you got the wrong connection.
Oh, God. I'm starting to think I teamed up with the wrong people.
Excuse me?
Oh, I meant to put you on mute. Sorry.
Okay, what's up?
Do you have eyes on Resmir?
No, but Glad does.
Cool. Can one of you grab the keys?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna take your hesitation as a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Glad will be in the position to grab the keys,
All right,
among other
well,
positions.
Great. Well, can you tell him to make sure that he grabs them when the opportunity strikes?
Yeah, I'll make sure that he knows.
Okay. Just don't get in too deep on this, okay? You don't want her. We don't want her catching on to what's going on.
Now, define too deep.
Well, I guess in any way that would blow your cover.
Define blowing a cover.
If she finds out who we are and what we're here for, that would be bad.
Okay, right. Yeah, got that.
Okay? So just tell Glad to get the keys and then pull out, okay?
I think Leo just burst out laughing.
She knows.
Why are you laughing?
I don't want to say.
I don't want to ask, honestly. Okay.
Yeah, that's better for the
I'm gonna
best.
find Marta.
We'll get the keys. Yeah, okay, good talk. Bye.
Bye.
Did we not tell Glad to get the keys beforehand? Because I feel like that was the reason we seduced her.
That was literally the whole reason y'all were seducing her.
That was
Yeah, no.
That was
Yeah, no, Glad knew that.
fair.
Because that was the point that we did that.
The
Yeah.
question is whether Glad remembers at this point, to be honest.
I think it was
Well,
discussed.
Sam doesn't remember, so. But yeah, that was the whole reason we were doing that.
Glad's better at scheming than Sam, so I think he probably remembers.
I think that's fair. All right, so Pod, you go off to find Marta?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marta's getting her fucking groove on, yo. She's in the middle of this party dancing.
Just like a tugging at her sleeve.
Oh,
Marta.
hi, Pod. You want to dance?
No, definitely not. You look ridiculous.
Oh,
I don't understand dancing.
I was having fun.
Is that fun?
Yeah. You ever tried it?
No.
Well, it's real easy. So you just start with your feet, start kind of moving it, to the music. And then you get your arms and your hips and rest your body into it. It's real freeing. Try it.
I don't want
Well,
to.
go on. Come on. Give it a try.
Please don't make me.
I won't make you, but it's fun. You seem like the type that might need to let loose every once in a while.
I mean, I let loose plenty. Like
When?
When I stole those shoes the other week.
I wouldn't call that letting loose.
I think it's fun.
Well, it could be fun, but you're not like, letting your hair down and letting go and just having a good time.
Reaches and touches the top of their head. Right. hair down.
Oh, it's an expression.
Well, okay, we can maybe talk about the dancing thing another time. We're also kind of doing a job right now, remember?
Oh, yeah, right. Well, do we got the keys?
Yeah. Glad's supposedly has hands on them.
Okay. So, what do you need me to do?
Well, I guess, once we have the keys, then we're gonna need to make sure that all the guards have left the prisoners. Do you have any ideas on how to get them to join the dancing thing?
I think I do.
Okay.
It's something Bass taught me. I think it'll be fun. Even if it doesn't work, I think they'll just enjoy themselves and it'll be a good time.
Okay. Well, if you can do that, then I can let everyone free.
Sure. You want me to do it right now?
No. Once we have the keys.
Okay. So I can keep dancing right now?
Yeah. That's fine. I'll just
All
wait
right.
for Glad. I can't imagine it'll take very long. So
What do you gotta do?
this is all out of character. Pod doesn't know what's going on. This is all
No, of course.
just convenient juxtaposition.
Of course.
I'm going to go hide in a bush, I guess.
Do you need to?
Yeah, I can't really. I'm gonna be sneaking around. If I draw attention to myself, then
Well, if anything right now, people not dancing are kind of drawing attention to themselves, if you know what I
You're
mean.
not gonna
I
give
mean,
up
look
on this
around you.
you're not gonna give up on this dancing thing, are you?
No.
Okay, fine. All right, what do I do?
Just move your feet to start.
Move my feet, okay?
Yeah, to the beat.
Pod just kind of starts stepping in place.
That's good, yeah. Now your hips.
What do I do with my hips?
Move them to the beat.
How do I move? That doesn't make any sense.
Reaches all the way down to like grab their hands. Come on, I'll show you. She's like all the way bent over.
Okay.
Trying to get him to dance.
All right. Okay. I get it. Yeah.
And then get into it. Do a little spin. Like spin him around.
Oh, okay. Oh. Jeez.
See, it's fun.
Everything's spinning.
Marta's just having a fucking ball.
Okay. You have a nice little time. Well, Marta has a nice time.
Marta's having a great time.
Pod can decide. When all is said and done. Anything else while we're waiting on the keys?
I think Leo does just go and chat up Drosa. Nothing like really special. Just talks to him for a while.
Okay. Yeah, he's perfectly content to sit there and talk to you.
She asks more about swords.
He's perfectly content to sit there and talk to you. Gladness. An indeterminate amount of time later.
Uh-huh.
A respectable amount of time.
Respectable amount of time.
Respectable amount of time later. Resmir has gotten up, poured some wine, sort of looks back at you. Would you like some?
Honestly, yeah, that sounds really good.
Good. It's expensive. I'd hate for it to go to waste.
And we won't
Where's
let
your
it go to waste.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I take a sip.
It's expensive. Gladys can probably tell.
Yeah.
It's expensive. She brings it up to you. You take a sip. Resmir sort of throws her purple robe and belt back on, leaving the rest of the things that she had taken off of it, or to sort of strewn on a bed on or like a bedside table or something. There's a set of keys. There's also the black sort of dragon snout mask that she had previously, sort of laying there. And she stands up, sort of leans with her back against the table, kind of her hips against it, leaning to it, sipping wine. She just looks at you.
What?
You're strange.
I'm strange. What do you mean by that?
Never mind. You don't expect it to stay, do you?
To stay?
The night.
No.
Good.
And what's the harm in insulting me?
Drosa says I'm too unkind to our subordinates.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, I wouldn't either, but he doesn't get the same treatment you do.
So it's a personal issue then.
He's a meathead.
I can attest to that. The guy can't talk about anything more than swords and how to clean swords.
Rarely does he do that. Why are you hiding your horns?
They identify me.
And you're a man who doesn't want to be identified.
That might be true.
Someone like me would find that very dangerous.
Well, I can tell you, you won't see someone like me around here ever again.
I find that even more dangerous.
I'm trying to remember how many spell slots I have. Hold on. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
It is a... What's the save on Detect Thoughts? It is not telling me. I'm gonna look at...
I feel like it's a wisdom save, but I'd have to look up the spell. Let's see. Okay, so you can learn their surface thoughts regardless.
I can just do it, yeah.
If
And then it's a
cast a
wisdom
spell.
if I want to probe deeper.
Yeah. If you probe
Okay.
deeper, they have to make a wisdom save.
Okay. So I'm first gonna just cast it and see what the kind of surface thoughts are.
Okay. Her surface thoughts are more of, I think, intrigue than anything else. She's a little suspicious. I think you can probably gather that's pretty normal for her. But there's a little bit of intrigue in there. The just the kind of initial thought of she is very plainly sort of trying to figure out how she can size you up because she thinks you're hiding something.
She's right. Cool. I'm gonna decide if I want to probe deeper or not, because if I do, I could be in trouble if I fail.
Yeah. So let's say, if it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, emotional state. Something that looms large in its mind. If it succeeds, the spell ends. Either way, the target knows you're probing into its mind.
Yeah, yes. So if I succeed or if I fail, that's horrible. That's horrible. So I'm not gonna do that because I don't trust that situation right now. Instead, I'm going to tell the truth. Some of it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go, all right, fine. You caught me. This isn't what I look like. I was the champion. And obviously I couldn't come to the camp looking like that, so I disguised myself because I had to know what could possibly be so important to need to do all that you're doing. I just had to know, as somebody who put himself up there and put my life on the line and almost died, I wanted to know why.
She looks at you as you speak, her face kind of hard to read. And as you say that, she nods slightly. So you came here from Greenest?
Not initially, but yes. I fought for Greenest.
Why?
Because it seemed like the right thing to do.
Do you think you have a higher purpose, Kane? That's why most of the people in this camp are here.
They think they have a higher purpose?
No. Because they thought they didn't. Wanderers, travelers. There are folks of all sorts out there. Folks of all races, creeds. Farmers and warriors, mercenaries, religious folk. They were looking for a path, looking for answers. And some of them, frankly, I think just looking for something to do.
Certainly didn't think I'd find it here.
Would you care to find out?
If I have a higher purpose?
Perhaps.
I'll listen.
You shouldn't hear it from me. You should hear it from them.
Who is them?
Anyone out there. Everyone's here for their own reason. But once they're here, well, they don't leave. Some of them follow me. Some of them follow Longadrosa. Some of them are under Amalia's command, whoever speaks most plainly to their desires.
And what if
But
none?
once-
What if none?
Then you make your own path.
That's what I've always done.
And somehow, even with friends that you've brought to my camp, you're doing it alone.
So what?
If that's your calling, by all means. People with horns like ours shouldn't hide them.
My horns aren't quite the same, but I understand.
You're a talker.
I can
Talk to
be.
my people. Talk to my people. Listen to what they say. We're leaving soon. Very soon. It would behoove you to make a choice tonight. But be warned, should you try to leave, best do it when no one's looking.
Right. Thank you for the advice.
I've got work to do.
I've got decisions to make. Can I, as I'm leaving and grabbing some things that maybe I haven't put on yet, try to do a sleight of hand roll to take the keys as I walk out?
You can certainly try.
I don't think it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try.
I just really love how Glad has set this up so she won't be suspicious at all if they disappear after he leaves.
Oh, I did that on purpose, 100%.
This is so good.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
She's turned her back to you and is looking back at the table with the map on it. Where's her perception? Okay.
Let's hope I don't bunk this up. That's 12. Her back is turned.
I feel like I have to say this out loud because it's too good. Her passive perception is 11. So,
Oh my god.
you grab the rest of your things, and while you're, I don't know, sort of been throwing a cloak over your shoulder or something, you just casually, as you walk by, quietly sort of
Had the horns that are showing up.
You sort of slide the keys into like some of the fabric of your clothes so they won't make a lot of noise. And with that, you exit the tent.
I did it.
Yay. I was so nervous. Okay. Yeah, Gladness, you make your way out of the tent, back towards the party. Marta is dancing. Leo is sitting near the fire, probably mostly listening to Longdedrosa very loudly talk about swords. And Pod is... Are you still dancing, or have you gone to hide in a bush?
I mean, at this point, the just social pressure that Marta is exuding, Pod is probably still there.
Okay.
But once Pod sees Glad, well, no, I guess would stay because needs the keys. So, yeah, is still very, very awkwardly dancing. I cannot stress how awkward Pod's dancing is.
I guess I kind of approached the outskirts of the goings on. Try to creep towards Pod, because Pod was kind of the one that was like had the plan, and just try to catch their attention and go.
All right, it's go time.
Yeah, it is! Woo!
No, I mean, it's actually go time.
Oh, right. Okay. So I got a thing I can do. It doesn't last very long, but I can do it.
If you can, how long can you give me?
10 seconds.
That's a pretty short window there, but I'm gonna do my best. Shout
Sid
something.
just realized it only lasts for a turn. It lasts till the end of your next turn.
12 seconds.
12 seconds.
All right, I'll do what I can.
Okay. Who's doing what?
Marta, I guess, tries to start a conga line that will go toward the guards that are overseeing the prisoners.
Okay.
I knew you were gonna do a conga line. I don't know how, but I did know that.
I knew this in my heart of hearts that a conga line was going to happen.
Can I just get you to roll a charisma check?
Okay.
See how in fashion conga lines are, I guess. I know my rule is don't roll unless failure is interesting, but I feel like to get people interested in a conga line.
17?
That's good. Yeah, that would work on all these folks. So Marta starts a conga line that starts to make its way. Which direction were you going?
Toward the guards that are toward the prisoners, basically.
Oh, okay.
Trying to
so
get them in on that action.
Okay, absolutely. So the conga line with Marta at the front starts to make its way down to where the prisoners are. Down there.
And then, once she's gotten sort of in place, she's gonna do that thing the Bass taught her. She's gonna use her Fey presence. Get close enough to you cause each creature in a 10-foot cube originating from you to make a wisdom saving throw against your warlock spell save DC. The creatures that fail their saves are all charmed or frightened. I'm going with charmed here by you. until your next turn, the end of your next turn.
Okay. Well, we all know once you get wrapped up in a conga line, it's real hard to get out of there.
It's
so, what's your DC?
This is not great. It is. It is. Why are you not on my chart? It should be 10 plus spell modifier, or is it 8 plus proficiency plus spell modifier? Is that it?
I don't remember.
My sheet is not showing it for some reason.
It's your spell saving throw.
Yeah.
So it should be on the spellcasting page of your.
There it is. Okay, no. It's a 12.
A 12. Oh,
Great.
Okay. So they're gonna roll. Two of them fail. And there's 4 of them. So 2 of them, I think the 2 closest to you, start to kind of bop along, and as like hands sort of reach out to them, they are pulled into the conga line as you go along and try to get them as far away as possible. Leaving
if the other 2 are not joining, then we're just gonna like serpentine around them. I think like figure 8s around the remaining 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
so they kind of
get on the action.
Yeah, so they kind of get caught up in the chaos. God.
Before this happened, Pod went over to Glad.
Sure.
Keys.
Keys.
Thank you. That took a long time.
Sure did.
You should really work on that. It should be... You're just getting the keys. Like, if it's taking longer, that's a problem. I can show you some trick. We'll talk about it later.
It's okay. I got the keys. That's what matters.
All right. If you say so. And Pod will then sneak over to the prisoners.
Okay. Roll a stealth check with advantage.
Okie dokie.
Because conga line.
That is...
Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I
23.
believe you.
23. Can they even roll that high? No. They cannot. So,
Woot.
Pod, you sort of sneak around. I'm assuming like around the edge over there by the cliff face kind of behind everybody and away from the conga line. You make your way up to the prisoners.
I go to Leosin first.
Okay. He looks down at you. He saw you coming. But he looks down at you, sort of nods and goes back to watching the guards as you set him free. And then the 2 of you sort of run quietly along the chain, popping open these, essentially what are padlocks, and Leosin kind of follows along and helping people up off the ground, shushing people, and that kind of thing, and kind of leading them over into the shadow of the cliff face.
Pod, I think after everybody's freed, tosses the keys into a bush somewhere, and looks at Leosin. Can you get them out of here if I give you some cover?
Yes. But it's going to mean us separating again.
Yeah, we probably should catch up. Where are you going after this?
I'm heading north. There's a village called Elturel. I have a friend there. He knows a bit about what's going on with all this. Meet us there. It's not far, a couple of days.
Okay, we'll be there.
Great.
Once you see my signal, make a run for it.
Be careful.
Always am.
Ever the liar. Go.
Pod goes scampering off towards a nice thick cluster of the tents.
I feel like one of your wishes is about to come true.
It's definitely gonna come true, y'all. Pod takes out, because I have it in my... I don't think Pod has their full bag with them, but definitely has their flint and tinder, and starts setting some tents on fire.
Okay. Try to find some exciting fire music. That might be too dramatic, but I'm keeping it. Pod, you hit the flint a few times. Where have you gone specifically? Is there like a camp landmark that you're by?
Yeah, so if Leosin was here, right? With the
Yeah,
other
so they're sort
prisoners?
of off to the western side of the camp.
Yeah,
Sort of in
so
that
I think
alcove.
Pod maybe went to these tents.
Okay. So
Yeah.
like behind them.
Yeah, because they're having to go kind of, if he lights the tents on fire, they're kind of the southeast of them. They're heading northwest to get out
Right.
of here. So
Right, because there's only
Hopefully
one
it'll
exit
draw
unless
everyone's
they
attention.
scale a cliff. Okay, so I like this better. Pod, you hit the flint a couple of times, and some of the tinder from your tinderbox starts to smoke, and then is a light in your hand, flame. You toss it towards one of the tents.
yeah, I think grabs like a
and-
couple bits of like hay or brush or something, lights them both on fire, and starts tossing them to nearby tents.
Okay, so you light a few pieces of brush on fire, and you sort of scamper through, setting several of these tents aflame. At first, no one notices because they can't smell the smoke, because everything out here smells like smoke because you're having a bonfire.
The perfect cover.
Is the fire your signal, or are you doing something else? Just the fire?
Leosin knows that this is Pod's go-to. Set something on fire, get a distraction so you can get out. Pod doesn't understand collateral damage.
That's fine. So yeah, I think he sort of watched you go, and waits for the first couple of tents to be set alight, and then you can see him kind of ushering people around the edge of this cliff that leads up onto the plateau, kind of in the shadows, getting them away from the bonfire. And once they make it about halfway, they make a break for the entrance. And then all at once, I think you all hear some shouting as one of the guards has broken free from the chaos of the conga line. There is some shouting as he shouts fire. And you all see several of the tents sort of in the very south, that very southern corner, are burning quite brightly in the night.
In the time that the fire took to get noticed, Pod has snuck back to like where Glad and Marta, or I guess where just Glad would be right now because Marta's doing the conga line, just goes, "Oh no, fire. How did that happen?"
Who could have predicted this?
Irony.
From next to you, Leo, Drosa sort of realizes what's going on, stands and starts shouting orders for people to put out the fire. And then I think about 30 seconds later, there's some more shouting as the charm is worn off by now, is well worn off by now. And the conga line sort of starts to break up in the chaos, and a couple of the dragon claws have realized that the prisoners are missing. I need to write these down. What does the passive perception of this party look like? Is it good?
13.
Same, 13.
12.
9.
Okay, Gladness, I don't think you notice. But the rest of you, Pod, I think you, Marta, you have a 13? Okay, so in the chaos, I think the two of you and then Leo shortly after, you see one of these guards in the mask, the dragon claws, that were near the prisoners, break off from the group and sort of take off running towards the main tent in the back of the camp.
This might be a good time to get into the cave.
Yeah, maybe.
What makes you say that?
Looks to fire, guards running around. I just call it a hunch.
Cool. Cave it is.
You see that same guard come basically full tilt sprinting out of the tent. And you all probably see this because it's all very dramatic, but he sort of goes off running towards this higher guard tower, the one that is sort of up on the plateau. And then you see emerging from the tent, robes sort of belted tight, sword back on her back, wearing on top of her own snout this large black dragon-faced mask, Resmir, make her way furiously out into the camp, just sort of beelines towards Drosa. And it's Leo, you're sitting right there. She walks over towards him and says, "Prisoners have escaped. Blow the horns. Someone's fucking with us." And she like storms off, so ostensibly somewhere else to deal with the problem.
Cave, now, let's go.
Drosa, it seems like you have this handled. I'm just gonna slip away.
I don't think he's paying attention
Yep.
at this point.
He just says it out of like common courtesy and then
Yeah.
Telepathically.
looks.
Cave.
It goes
Cave,
towards
cave.
the cave.
All right. In the chaos, the four of you head towards the cave in the back of the camp. At which the two guards at the door are no longer standing because there are other things to be taken care of. And as the four of you sort of make your way carefully, quietly into the mouth of this cave, as the chaos sort of rages around you, you hear the sound of a large horn being blown from one of the towers. But you're in a cave now. Spooky cave music time. So as the chaos and everything rages outside, you're now in the sort of entrance to this cave. There's sort of a deep cavern. It is kind of dimly lit from the bonfire and also the tent fires, and it goes back a little ways. Leo, you've been in here before. What would you guys like to do?
So, question. How are we going to get out of the cave when we need to leave?
I assume the way we just came in.
Yep, but there's a burnt camp and people looking for who burnt the camp.
Well, I think we should get out of here before they stop looking.
So are we going to the same place I went before, or are we going to try something else?
Did you see anything worthwhile in the places you went before?
Well, maybe another exit. There was a room I was in before that was kind of like a sleeping quarters or something that had a ladder going up. So worst comes to worst, we can exit out that way.
Okay.
That's a good plan. We should
That's a
check
good
out
plan.
any other passages that you might have missed when you were coming through the first time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I only went the one direction the first time, so.
Which way's the other direction?
I don't remember. I didn't write down the direction I went the first time.
That's okay. I have descriptions of all of them, included in which are notes like, Leo, you were here before.
Yeah, the fungi room I was in.
Yes. So what you have, where you are right now, I assume you all have kind of gone back into this cavern, kind of back away. So it's dimly lit in here from the bonfire. And you have what essentially is sort of this long cavern, 15-foot high ceilings. At the back of this cavern, from where you're all standing, you can't see it because it's pretty well concealed. But Leo, you know that sort of in the folds of the rock back there is a like narrow passage that's going back into that room with all the violet fungi. That's like, if you're facing the back of the cavern, that would be straight in front of you. And then also if you're facing the back of the cavern off to your right, there is a passage that is going down to some other caverns that you didn't really go into, but that you can see some either torchlight or a lamplight kind of flickering from.
Should we check it out?
Yeah, let's go that way first.
Okay.
Do we want to make sure that like there aren't any like traps or like pits we'd fall into or magic spells that are gonna like burn us alive and things like that?
Yeah. Normally I'd just ask somebody else to go first. That's usually the best way to find traps. But I don't really want any of you to get hurt. So,
Aw, that's real sweet, Pod.
Thank you.
I got a spell that Baz taught me that I can like kind of see magic and like stuff around for a little bit. I could do that.
You
Could
do
help.
that. I'll look for non-magical traps.
Okay. Marta will cast Detect Magic. You were muted, DM.
That lasts for 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Okay. So we'll hang on to that. Pod, you're going to go first.
Yes.
And you all want to go towards the passage you can see with the light coming from it. Yes?
If that's not the same one Leo went down before.
It is not. She went through sort of there's like a thin passage. So the rock in the back of this cavern is all kind of layered and kind of folded in on itself, as sometimes rock in caverns is wont to do because it's all very wet and there's a whole thing. Science! I was really into rocks as a kid. So you head to your right down this passage, and you hit a very, very, very quickly. It's probably like 20 feet down. You don't have to go very far. You hit a fork that sort of splits off, essentially going into two separate kind of smaller caverns, one on your left, one on your right, and both of them have a little bit of lamplight coming through.
I'll check the right one first. Pod will kind of sneak up that way, peer around, see where the light's coming from.
Okay. You head off that way. Again, it's about 20-25 feet down this way. I gotta stop reading the chat during games. Okay. You sneak up to the entrance, and there is a chamber. Essentially, it looks like it's a cavern that's been sort of turned into some kind of storage room. There are a few oil lamps along the walls, and you hear a sound coming from inside. In front of you, the chamber itself is mostly empty. There are a few overturned boxes. There are a couple of like broken pots, and you can see sort of glittering in the lamplight. There are some coins, and even like a few gems that are like scattered across the floor, almost as if they've been left behind. And leaning up, sitting on the ground, but leaning up against one of the overturned crates is a man in sort of black garb, sort of black leathers, breeches, boots, who is snoring, sleeping very soundly, with a couple of empty wine bottles on the ground next to him.
So just so I understand, bunch of boxes, some loose coin on the ground. Looks like something was moved out of here. Maybe a treasure hoard was in here before, and these are like the bits that were remaining.
Perhaps.
Okay. And then one guy in here sleeping.
Drunk off his ass. He worked hard today.
Telepathically back to the others. Definitely nothing in here. I dropped some stuff. I'm just gonna pick it up real quick.
Pod, you left it on mute. I know what coins sound like. I mean, you left it on speaker.
Okay, you scoop up the shiny things that are laying on the ground. All told, there's like 30 gold sort of scattered across here, and then a few gems. They're uncut still, so they're probably worth like 30 gold a piece, and there's 5 of them, so 150 gold for those.
Should I kill the guy that's in here?
No!
No, that's gonna be a no.
Fine. I do go and kind of pat him down to see if there's anything valuable in his pockets.
Okay. 1 second.
His body is an illusion. It's a trap. You've been eaten.
He's
it's a very
mimic.
elaborate mimic.
Corpse mimic.
Hell no.
Corpse mimic. Oh.
No, he's drunk as hell. You pat him down. He doesn't seem to have any like money or anything on him. The only thing he has that looks like it's of any value is on his belt. He has a short sword inside a scabbard, but the scabbard itself has like a silver dragon motif on it. It's probably worth a few gold.
Pod will unhook the short sword, take the sword and scabbard.
Okay, you to make a sleight of hand check. He's not dead.
Do I get advantage because he's drunk off his ass?
Yes, you do get advantage because he's drunk off his ass and passed out from helping his friends move today.
That is a 16.
Okay. He's got bad. He's got bad is what he's got. He's got half that. So he rolls an 8. So yeah, he kind of like snorts a little bit in his sleep and then lets out this like big long snore, but doesn't wake up.
So silver dragon scabbard.
Yeah, I assume you. Do you take the sword too? It's already in there.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just a regular short sword, but
Okay.
it's well taken
Now
care
he's
of.
unarmed. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, it's sort of a black. It's a black like leather scabbard, and the ends of it are silvered, and then it's got kind of this like silver dragon piece that's been attached to it. Pretty cool.
Pod comes back, fastening the scabbard onto his belt.
Ooh,
So you dropped
that's
some
pretty.
things. Oh,
Yeah, I found it. It was
Two
in my
types of
bag.
people.
I forgot it was in there.
Oh. Well, it's real
Family
nice.
heirloom. Yep.
mhm.
Does your family like dragons too?
Some of them, yeah. Unfortunately.
Oh, well, that makes sense then.
Yeah, it's sort of a big problem. Got some gems though. Found those on the floor.
Cool.
Really?
And of course,
I can make them
wanted to
into. I can make
share
them
them
into
with-
bracelets for everybody.
Ooh, I want a bracelet.
Yeah.
Gladness looks really torn.
Money, bracelet.
Pretty thing. Yeah.
Be cool to all have matching bracelets.
Well,
We
luckily,
can make matching friendship bracelets.
they were
Yeah.
Gladness
were
looks
exactly-
less torn.
Luckily, there were exactly 4 gems.
It's perfect. Well, when we go to bed tonight, I'll whip them up real quick. Okay.
Sounds
great.
Do you give Marta 4 gems?
I give Marta 4 of the gems.
What? It doesn't say in here what kind of gems they are. What's Pod's favorite color?
Ooh.
They'll be Pod's favorite color gem. Pod found them. This is clearly
Like, so
integral to the
amethyst?
storyline.
Yeah. So like purple, like amethyst.
How did I fucking know?
I had a
Val's favorite
feeling.
Listen, if it's not
They
gonna
said
affect,
hiding their amethyst-colored hair under their hood.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, it's this role-playing opportunity. Yeah, so they're a little rough. They're not particularly like well cut or anything. But Pod hands over 4 sort of imperfect little amethysts,
one day,
just like the
someone is
4
gonna
of you.
One day, someone is gonna inside check Pod.
One day.
One day.
Why? He's a perfect little creature.
Yep.
Glad
Because Marta doesn't know what inside checks are.
Glad doesn't trust anybody.
Her insight actually pretty good. Like her wisdom's higher than her charisma. Insight pretty damn good. Isn't gonna do it.
Oh boy.
So you're kind of hanging out in this hallway. There's another chamber that you haven't
Yeah.
been into yet.
I think go to check out that one next.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of pop in there, the fork on the left. This one opens up again into kind of a smaller chamber. These ones have the ceilings are about 10 foot high, like they've been carved out for probably a specific purpose. But you see pushed up against the walls of this one, there are several beds, there are a few tables. Again, there are like some empty wine bottles laying around, that kind of thing. There's no one in here, but there are a few like personal effects scattered about. On a couple of the beds, you see a few of these, again, the same scabbards with the dragon motif pod that you found before. There's nothing in them, but there are a few of them kind of laying around, sort of like left behind, and then a couple of like coin pouches and things. It looks like a kind of like a makeshift barracks, essentially.
It's just shoving things into bags.
Okay. There's 4 of these scabbards.
My collection grows.
Your collection grows. And a few pouches of coins, and again, small gems. All told, it's about 120 gold. Can't wait for you guys to get to a town where you can buy shit.
No.
Or I can't wait for the chat to get to Stream Elements Town and buy you shit. That was my really clumsy way of reminding people that we have a Stream Elements store where you can buy stuff with your channel.
Drop. Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
You can give us silly things. Like, I have a bottle with a little bit of flesh in it.
Don't
can
you
make
also
us have
have, like,
more
a-
of that?
Don't you have a potion of flying now
I do.
at level 3?
Yeah.
Fucking monsters. But yeah, that's about it. But Pod, in this room, as you're sort of facing that back wall, off to your left, there is another passage going down into another chamber.
Okay. I guess
I'm just
keep
assuming
following.
everyone's waiting in the hall unless you guys want to do something.
Yeah, I mean, Pod isn't really being subtle about the taking the stuff now. It's more like taking it, and then if other people say they want some, we'll start negotiating. Yes.
We love you, Bobbert. We love you.
And Pod
Thank you.
trips over on the way out of the room.
You, who are you? Get out of here.
A
One
vorpal
dungeon
sword.
master. One, it's a possibility because I'm an agent of chaos. So you make your way down. Do the rest of you want to follow, or you want to hang back?
Yeah,
Or?
sure. We'll follow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Marta's
Pod
gonna look
kinda-
around. Anything magic? Ooh.
Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
So, Pod, you make your way down this short cavern hallway. The rest of you following behind into another chamber. This one a little bit nicer than the other one. Again, a couple of oil lamps that are lit in here. There is a writing desk and a stool. There are like several tables that are kind of pushed up against the walls, kind of crammed in here with books and papers and things that are scattered around. And there is a large mirror on one end, and then there's a big thick rug, almost like a bearskin rug or something, covering the floor. And then off to the side, in like an alcove, almost like a side chamber, there's a bed and a trunk.
Okay. I mean, if Pod gives it clear that everybody can come in here if nobody's in there, and then starts searching around the room, looks like behind the mirror, lifts up the rug, decides like, how heavy is this rug? Could I take it with me? Probably not.
Okay. Couple of things. First, I need somebody to roll me a d10 for a loot drop. Because our wonderful friend, bonus stage Rob, or bonus_stage_Rob, has gifted you a loot drop.
Thank you, Bobbert. I got a 4.
A 4.
10.
Okay, well, that's funny because that's the same table we rolled off last time.
It's the exact same thing. Should I roll again?
It's-
I can roll again.
No, it's just the same table. So roll a d100.
Oh, okay.
And if you get the same thing, I'll have you roll again because I don't want to speak.
Okay.
Just potions of flying everywhere.
A 32.
Oh no. Okay. Put that shit away. Okay. Pod, you move in to look around the room. Marta, on your detect magic, you get a ping from the chest, or like the trunk that is sort of off to the side at the foot of the bed.
This one. It's got magic on it.
On it or in it?
In it.
In it?
Okay. Very key distinction when it comes to robbing people.
No, it's inside. Can you open it?
Maybe. Is it locked?
No.
Okay. It's unlocked. You should. I'll open it. Pod was about to be like, "You open it," so in case it's
You
trapped or
open it.
anything. But just like starts to peek it open a little bit, leaning away from the chest in case like a dart shoots out or.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens.
Okay.
Stay strong. You open it. There are a couple of things inside. You do see, I think, because a couple of you have seen them at this point, a distinct pair or a distinct set of purple robes with some gold accents, which you've seen at least one other person wearing before. But tucked within them, as Marta can help you sort of locate it, you find a potion bottle. It is a small bottle filled with a like yellow, like a bright yellow fluid that is streaked with some black, and the black parts of it almost seem to like swirl on their own, like they are separate. This is a potion of speed. Whoever picks this up. When you drink this potion, you gain the effect of the haste spell for 1 minute. No concentration required. So I'll just put that in the Roll20 chat. Whoever wants to pull that out of the chest can.
Gotta go fast. One of y'all could do something real fast.
I like fast.
You want a Pod?
Fast and small is a great combination. Give it to Pod.
There you go.
Thank you. Tucks into their special pack, the fanny pack that's on their waist.
You have a fantasy fanny pack?
Fantasy fanny pack.
A fantasy pack?
Or a fanny pack.
A fan pack?
A fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
And tuck it into your fanny pack. Okay, and then Pod was going to take a look around the. What do you look at first?
Under the rug.
Okay. You come back out of this chamber, go to the edge of the rug. An excellent choice. As you pull it up, and underneath the rug, sort of toward the center of the room, there is a divot in the floor. You, I don't know, crawl under the rug like a gremlin to get a closer look. And there is essentially a chute going down about 30 feet with a ladder on one side that if you had chosen to look at anything else, your ass would have fallen down.
Pod thinks I'm a genius and scoots back out. There's a hole under the rug.
So it's a holy rug.
Dangerous.
Yeah. I don't even know how to respond to that. There's a ladder.
Should we go down?
In a second. Let me look over the rest of the room first.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I got the magic thing right now, too.
She humming as she does this, too.
Of course she is.
As Marta hums lightsaber sounds to herself.
Yes,
because it's a required component of her detect magic spell.
exactly.
Marta, there's nothing else magical in this room. Pod, you take another quick look around. Again, there's tables that are sort of covered with papers and things like that. There's the mirror. You check the mirror, check behind the mirror. Seems to be just sort of a floor length mirror that's in here, like you would have in a bedroom. You shift through the man, I really wanted somebody to fall through the fucking rug. That would have been so funny.
I'm sorry I ruined your good trap.
No, I think it's great that it's even more fun that you found it on your own. One of the tables under a few of these papers, you do find another map of the area with a little bit more of so you guys had found the map. I think it was Marta had found I don't remember who it was now. Somebody had found a map
Marta
with part of the
looked
route
at the map.
laid out.
She got like a quick peek at it. That was about it.
Pod saw the
Pod,
map
was it you
too.
that had the map that had the arrows drawn on it? That was sort of like the beginnings of the. Okay, that was you. Okay, so you see essentially a bigger, like a more extended version of that map, with the lines you saw before. But you see some arrows that have been drawn, or some lines that have been drawn in like bright red ink from the green fields, sort of the area that you are in, where Greenest and a couple of the small towns are, drawn north through a couple of like small villages, and then it extends out sort of west to Baldur's Gate, which is the big major city near here, and then it continues on, which is the part that I think you were missing from before, north through Waterdeep, which is the next largest city, and is quite the journey away, and then continuing north and stopping somewhere just before Neverwinter, which is way up the coast.
Okay. The place that Leosin pointed out, Eltero?
Yes, Elturel.
Is that along that same trail?
Would you know? How familiar is Pod with this area?
Pod's got that thingy. Makes him real familiar with stuff, right?
Yeah, I have something. Wanderer. You have an excellent memory for maps and geography. You can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you.
Okay. Then yeah. So this is also on. So I posted that that interactive map of the Sword Coast, or the Forgotten Realms. So if you guys want to return to this stuff, you can. And I can give you the spellings of the cities and stuff, because some of them are just wild. But so Elturel is a village that is pretty much directly north of Greenest. It is directly east of Baldur's Gate. So it essentially forms like an L shape. Has Pod mentioned Elturel to the rest of the group?
No, but I was actually just remembering that, and I was thinking this might be a good time to.
Okay.
In case Pod dies in this cave. Doesn't find the next pitfall. Ha. Map.
Oh.
This is the same one that was in Dragon Lady's tent. But this one points all the way to Neverwinter. I should mention too that I talked to Leosin after I let him go, and he told us we should meet him in Elturel, which is, I guess, a village north of here. Said that there was someone there that knows what's going on with this whole cult thing.
Oh, okay. Is it on that map?
Yeah, it's like right there.
Okay, great. So, once we do what we're doing in here, which I wasn't 100% what we're doing in here, other than I thought we were gonna like break that bad shrine or something of Tiamat, and then I guess grab any goodies, right?
Yeah.
And then we can go there.
I'm all for grabbing goodies. I'm a little worried about what breaking the shrine might do, but
she's bad, right?
I mean, maybe. I haven't talked to Tiamat, but she might be bad. But if you break something that belongs to somebody bad, they're going to get angry, right?
But
I
what
mean, I
if
guess
it's
that's
like,
true.
what if it's something that's making all of them more powerful?
I'm okay either way. I just heard someone say that we needed to break a shrine, so I was just reminding everybody that that's what we say we're gonna do. But if we're not gonna do that anymore, that's okay. We can go to this Alterel place.
We can do both. I think.
Yeah, I think we should finish looking around here because they were guarding this cave for a reason.
Okay.
We should check out down the hole here.
Okay.
Go down
just-
the hole.
Okay.
Oh, Marta wants to grab the purple robes because that could be a good disguise.
Okay. Yeah, you take the purple set of robes. They have sort of a golden accents on them. Tuck them away into your bag.
Probably gonna be way too short on her, but that's okay.
That's okay. They're gonna be a little small, but I'll figure it out. One thing, and then I think we'll take a break. As you are all sort of in this chamber looking over the map, and you look at the small city of Elturel that Pod points out, one of you has heard of this place before. Leo, you recall back to a letter you received from a family friend of yours, letting you know that he was going to be traveling that direction.
Yep.
Whether or not
Sure
you
did
share
get
it
that.
is up to you. But there's some information in there. And I put the spelling of that in the Roll20 chat as well for those of you that are taking notes. But I think that sort of hits you as you received that letter a couple of weeks ago at this point. So I think that clicks. And as you decide what to do with that information, and the rest of you, or all of you, get ready to climb down into the hole under the rug, we'll go ahead and take a break. So, thanks everybody for hanging out with us so far. We're having, obviously, I'm having a great time. I'll let the rest of you speak for yourselves. But I'm having a great time, and I hope you are too. We're going to take a quick, 5 or so minute break to get something to drink and stretch and all that good stuff. And then we will be back in just a few minutes to see what's down this chute, as it were. So stick around, and we'll see you soon. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us during our break. We are refreshed and we're ready to go. So we are going to pick back up where we left off. Is there anything else you all want to do in this room before descending through the ladder that is leading you down to a room below?
Nah.
I do think when Leo hears the name of Elturel, is that how you say it? Elturel?
Yes.
She does look to Glad and be like, you remember I told you about Anthar writing me, the guy who used to protect my family when they were doing merchant stuff?
Yeah, he's isn't that where he's staying, Elturel?
Yeah, he said he was traveling in that direction. Maybe we'll see him.
Yeah, maybe.
So you have a friend there too?
Mm-hmm.
that's great. So you'll all meet your friends there.
Yeah. It's more like a family friend, but you know.
So like family. So you'll meet your family there.
Well, like a family friend.
So a family friend is less close than a family or a friend.
I'd say closer than a friend, but not as close as family. I don't know. It
Depends on who in the family they're a friend of.
Marta takes out her tone. Okay, a little slower. So, a family friend is better than a friend, but not as good as family?
Yes. A friend of the family. Like, you know, we all knew him growing up.
Are you all speaking a different language? Is this some code that I don't know?
No, just a family friend.
It's okay. The only reason I know this stuff is because of Leo.
Where I come from, pretty much everybody's related anyway, at least like distantly. So it's like all family is also kind of friends. So
See, that I can relate with.
yeah.
Where I come from, I wasn't related to anybody I knew, so
Oh, you didn't have family around?
not that I remember. Well, I have family friends.
Which is better than friends, but not as good as family.
Right.
Yeah, I got it.
Starts climbing down.
Okay, so as you're wrapping up this conversation, Pod, you're going first. I need to put the dungeon music back on.
Yep.
All right, Pod heads down first. Who's next? Leo? Shortly after? Then
Marta takes the rear.
Gladness and Marta bringing up the rear. So you all climb down this ladder. It goes down about 25 feet or so. And it drops down. There's about 5 feet between the bottom of the ladder and the ground. Marta, you can literally just climb down and stand there. Glad and Leo can hang off the ladder. Pod, you have to drop down, but you know the drop is coming. You are no worse for wear. And you find yourselves in a little bit. It's not quite a tunnel. It's not quite long enough to be a tunnel, but a little offshoot of a larger cavern. And you all sort of step out into this cavern. Leo, you have been in here before as a lizard. I'll describe it for everyone else. So this chamber looks like it has been more so even than the others has been carved out and reshaped from its original form. So it is a little more like a room than a cavern. The floor and 3 of the walls are smooth. There are stalactites sort of around the edges and stalagmites as well that have been polished and sort of shaped almost into like columns. It's warm and very humid in this room, and every surface sort of glistens a little bit with like a little bit of moisture, like condensation. The flat walls of this chamber are decorated with shallow, abstract carvings of dragons. Dragons' tails coil in intricate patterns and knots that flow across the walls. And in the northwest corner of the room, on an altar, there is a large creature portrayed that stands out. A 5-headed dragon rising from an erupting volcano. In the front of the altar, Leo, there were people in here before. There are no people in here now. but there is a small wooden chest that was sort of blocked from your view before by the folks that were kneeling in front of it. A small wooden chest with silver inlays kind of sitting on the floor in the corner in front of the dragon.
Anything magic in here?
Anything magic in here? Nope. No magic.
No magic.
All right. Doesn't rule out non-magic traps, so just be careful where you step. I'm gonna check out the altar.
Just look around for traps.
I'm also gonna check out the altar.
Okay. So Gladness and Pod
Wait, I want to go too.
and Leo.
Mhm.
Marta, you want to? Everyone goes.
Everyone goes to the altar. Marta's looking around for traps with her 0 investigation.
All right, Marta's looking for. Is anyone else looking for traps?
No.
Yes.
Let's have Marta and Pod roll investigation.
5.
There's no traps, Marta.
It's clear.
Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna use one of my psionic things to add a d6.
Okay.
Well, that's a 1, so 10.
Okay. Yeah, both of
Double
you
what Marta got.
look around. Yeah. No, both of you look around. Pod, you kind of inspect the altar very quickly, sort of the little chest that is in front of it. You don't see anything that rings trap to you. Gladness and Leo, you're up here as well. Are you looking for anything specific?
I'm
Just
looking
looking?
at the. Yeah, I'm looking.
I
at
want
the
to look
altar.
in the
Oh.
chest.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about the chest too.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a small wooden chest. Probably I don't know, a foot across. Some silver and mother of pearl inlays, just sort of sitting pressed up against the altar on the floor. Who wants to open it? Okay. Leo, you reach down to try to pop the lid open, but it does catch. As you see a small silver lock on the front of it.
Can I melt the lock with heat metal?
I mean, yeah.
Wait,
Pod is,
Pod,
like,
do you still have
already
those
getting-
keys?
Pod was already getting their lock picks out, and all right, well, never mind then.
Wait, do you still have the keys?
No, I threw them into the grass.
Right. Well,
Very
guess.
cool.
Wow.
Pod,
Sucks for you.
if you wanna try and pick the lock first, you can.
I mean, if you're gonna just use magic to like get everything out, then that's fine.
Yeah, but magic's really tiring. So if you can pick the lock.
Yeah, I can pick the lock.
I'm gonna try picking the lock.
Okay. Too bad you don't have the key.
Yeah, too
It was
bad.
on that ring. Wonderful for me specifically. Go ahead and make a dexterity check with your thieves' tools.
Okay. Oh, that's very good. It's 22.
Okay. Yeah, no problem, Pod. You use your lockpick set, your thieves' tools, mess with it for a few seconds, and then you hear a click as the top of the chest pops open. You also hear another sound. There is a loud snap from below the chest, followed by a very loud hissing sound. And almost immediately, from holes in the walls and the ceiling, a green liquid begins to spray into the room. It splashes onto the floor, and the moisture, sort of the condensation that is there on top of the stone, starts to bubble, and then it starts to smoke. And very, very quickly, this chamber starts to fill with an acidic mist. So as the liquid rains down like a sprinkler system on all of you, I would like you all to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Can I assume that I get my psionic die back for failing on the looking for traps earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
I do have that. I had bardic inspiration from Gladness too.
I don't know how long those last. But
Yeah.
sure.
I don't either. Let's look.
When did you get that?
It was right before we were flirting with the
Yeah.
dragon lady.
Okay.
It just says a creature can add it to one ability check.
Okay. I'll check on it later. I don't want to read rules right now. Sure, go ahead. It's been a long time since I played a bard, and I'm not about to open another book. I've opened 2 of them today.
It's a good
That's a
thing
lot of
I
books.
used it.
No more.
That's a 12.
Okay.
It's a 15.
Okay.
I rolled an 8, but I rolled a 6 with the inspiration. So
That's a 6.
I got a 6 too. 6 buddies.
Okay, so Marta and Gladness fail.
With a natural 2.
Oh,
Oh, I just rolled a 6. My dexterity save is 0.
no, you guys. So Marta and Gladness fail. Leo and Pod succeed. Marta and Gladness, you're going to take 10 acid damage. Leo and Pod, you're going to take 5. As acid starts to rain down upon you. And as this mist starts to fill the room and kind of simmer a little bit, I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
My constitution save is, well, twice as good.
that's an 8.
Okay.
15.
14.
I rolled another 6, but
my
my
God.
con save is a +1, so it's a 7.
So,
Hey.
Now we're 7 buddies.
Hey.
as you all try to catch your breath, Pod and Gladness, you succeed. You take 4 more acid damage. Marta and Leo start to choke and cough. You take 8 more acid damage as the room fills with this sort of
I
horrid
have 3
green
hit points.
smoke.
Remember what I said
Just
about
What would you like to do?
not dying in the dungeon before we started?
Is there an exit to this room that we can beeline towards? Or
And
just the...
Well,
Listen, I rarely ask for rolls, but when I do, I ask for a lot of them. Everybody make a perception check.
wait.
'cause
I've been in this room before, but I didn't come through the ladder, did I?
You did not.
No, you didn't.
So wouldn't I know where the exit is?
You would know, yes. You would. Leo, make a perception check with advantage because you've been in here
Okay.
before.
Does anyone want to guess what my perception was?
Was it a 6?
Well, I rolled a 3, but my perception's a +3, so yes,
Good.
it's a 6.
Sid.
Do you want to guess what my perception was? It's
Was it a
really
6?
No. So there's a story here. I rolled a 2. My perception is a -1. However, because I have Jack of all trades, I get to add my bonus, which is a +1. So it's a 2.
So it's a 2.
I got a 15, and my other roll was a 1, so it's a good thing I had advantage.
Wow, it's really happening today, huh?
Yep.
Podrick?
Also, I'm throwing this dice away. Bye.
I'm gonna add to it because that was I originally rolled a perception, right?
Yes.
14, 20.
Okay. Gladness and Marta, you look around. You can't see anything for this like greenish mist that is forming in front of you. Leo, you've been in this room once before. You sort of get your bearings very quickly, and you find the set of stairs that you came down before to get into this room. Pod, you look around, and you're sort of lower, much lower to the ground than everyone else. So I think it's easier for you to kind of parse what's happening as this mist is kind of floating mostly above you. And you see the staircase that Leo is heading for, but you also see out of the corner of your eye, sort of behind the altar, there is like a narrow, mostly like hidden by part of the stone wall, but there is a narrow passage that is sort of hidden behind the altar that you could also make your way towards.
Okay. Yeah, because I think narratively, I think what happened is when the acid came down, Pod probably tried to hide inside the chest.
It's very small. It's maybe
small.
like it's like a foot across.
Okay.
It's
Not
a
a
little
space in
smaller
there.
than you.
Okay, probably not.
But I will say this passage that you see, just like I think you catch like a little bit of this mist like trailing through it. It is basically right next to you all behind the altar. Whereas the other set of stairs that you see and that Leo that you know where they are like clear across the the chamber.
I think what happens is Pod, if Leo starts to turn to go the other way, Pod just grabs her by like the back of her shirt and begins to run towards there and just says, "This way."
Wait, what about the chest?
Was there anything in the chest?
There were a few things in the chest.
Could Pod have grabbed them, any of them, before?
Yeah, they're little. You could, it's basically, this is like scoop up a handful. What was in there? There's only a few things in there.
Okay. Pod grabs the few things.
You scoop them up, grab Leo, start shouting, "This way, this way."
That's why.
Marta can't see anything because she's the highest up.
Yeah, Marta's in it.
Hacking up along and rubbing her eyes.
Oh no.
Marta has 3 hit points.
Can anyone grab Marta?
Glad, grab Marta.
I rolled a 2. I don't know if I can grab Marta.
So
Leo was saying grabs Glad after being grabbed by Pod and says grab Marta.
She's right there.
He just kind of like
yeah
force something and grabs what he finds.
Pod, at 25 pounds, drags everyone out of this room.
You form a chain, and Pod, you drag your party out of the acid mist and into another chamber with some valuables in hand.
What are they?
Well, funny you should ask. Pod, in your hand, you are holding a couple of pieces of jewelry and a small pouch. One of them is a string of pearls. I'm going to give you the gold value because I don't want to have to hash this out later because I won't remember. So you have a string of pearls that's worth, because I think Pod's dealt with fences before. That's worth about 300 gold pieces. A gold ring with some sapphires set in it that's worth about 900 gold pieces. And a pouch, which you'd sort of pop open, kind of peer inside, with 6 cut and polished stones inside that are worth 100 gold pieces each. You're reminded of a letter that sits in your backpack. It tells you about the few pieces of treasure that Resmir allowed someone to keep.
And Pod takes those and sticks them. No. I assume Leo's watching Pod like a hawk right now.
Yeah, she was really excited about whatever was in the chest.
Yeah, so Leo, you're right there. So you can see Pod sort of going over this. It's like a string of pearls and like some gems.
No, the necklace is really pretty.
Yeah.
Is it?
Are you gonna keep it, Pod?
What's it look like?
I mean, we should probably sell it. This thing's probably easily 300 gold pieces.
Well, that's really pretty.
Not as pretty as 300 gold pieces.
No, I think it's prettier than gold pieces.
Leo, I bet you could buy like 5 necklaces with 300 gold pieces.
Could someone get in my bag the little red potions?
Here.
One of
I've
them's
got-
one's a
Marta.
healing potion.
Wait,
Marta,
Marta,
too.
I can sing a song.
Okay, that'd be nice. But I still probably need some healing.
I can sing a song that heals us.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah.
sounds good.
If we just sit down for a minute, 15
Sitting
minutes.
down sounds kind of nice right now. Sure. Thump.
I also have 2 healing potions if we.
I
don't
also
wanna
have a
take-
healing spell.
I'm
Marta
trying
picked
to
up
save
2
us.
healing potions. So
Use stuff.
Because I don't know if we have enough time, or if we're gonna try to get out of here before the chaos stops
That's true.
outside.
For
I don't
sure.
want to spend an
We
hour
gotta
sitting
get
in
out.
this tunnel here.
Isn't a short rest 15 minutes?
It's an hour.
30
Well, I
minutes
guess-
to an hour.
30
Yeah,
minutes
30
to an
minutes
hour.
to an
Okay.
hour.
Never mind, I'll sing later.
Marta.
Oh, you
here,
can
just-
sing.
are you gonna sing?
I have a backing track and everything. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
We'll save it.
Hey, Marta, just hold still
Yeah?
for a second,
Oh, okay.
and I cast Healing Word.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your healing.
One,
you all have so-
4.
Few hit points.
Well, we're level 3, Savannah.
Level 3
Hey.
is rough.
7 hit points back.
Oh,
Nice.
thanks.
Quite a lot
Back
at
up
level
to
3.
half.
I'm down less than half, more to less than half.
Yeah. Well, where's everybody at? Because I've got 2 healing potions. Marta's got 1, right?
That's right.
I've got 2 healing potions too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marta
we have
has the
enough
2
gold
that the
to buy
governor
like
gave you.
12 more healing potions.
Yeah,
so
we
I
do.
think
We
that
have enough.
we can
This
I have
campaign-
11 hit points.
Is like lousy with gold. I've
Yeah.
given you guys some extra. The only extra came from the shoes. The rest of it is all just straight out of his dang book.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
If
Because I think
sell
we ended up actually
everything-
with 4 because Pod stole some from someone's backpack and then we grabbed another
Yes,
2.
Pod took
back in.
some. Marta has the ones that that Governor Nighthill gave you
Yes.
guys along with the gold. So
Well, she doesn't have the gold anymore. She gave that to Pod for safety.
Yeah.
We have like, not including whatever the silver dragon scabbards sell for, we have 3,000 gold worth of
Woo!
items.
that's
and,
Woo!
wild.
so,
All right.
Only
And I don't
500 of that is
Wow.
extraneous.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wowza. Okay, well, I'm at 11 hit points.
Okay.
Out of
I'll give it
25.
a-
10. Hey.
I'll give it one of the potions to Glad.
Okay.
Leo, where are you at?
Hit point wise,
I assume, yeah. Not where you're at in the cave. I assume you're still with us.
yes.
Where are you at, like, emotionally?
Where are you
Yeah.
at
How are you
emotionally?
feeling?
Well, I'm at 14 out of 27 hit points, so I'm doing okay. Like, I'm almost at half, but like,
I'm at 15 out of 24.
I don't think we've talked about rules for taking a potion, like when actions and bonus actions and stuff matter. Like taking a potion in combat. Have I talked to you guys about that? My house rule, taking a potion yourself is a bonus action, giving it to someone else is an action.
Cool.
So I say that while I'm thinking about it, and we don't have to hash that out later. Just in case it comes out. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, do we want to save the last one just in case then, since...
Sure. Just in case we have to force feed it to somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So these are just regular standard healing potions, so 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
6 back.
Nice.
I have a little thingy.
Oh, that's so
got
cute.
at a con. That's like a little,
It's a little pill
medicine
bottle.
bottle, and you just roll it out. It's so fucking cute.
That's adorable.
I know, right? And there it goes on the floor. Oh, okay, where's another d4?
One of your cats is gonna find that.
They really are. Okay. I rolled double 4s! Motherfucker! Alright.
Wow.
So that's
Right.
8 plus that's... Okay, I am back
Whale.
up to full, bitches! Woo!
Good ass potion.
Good ass potion.
All right. So at the bottom of these stairs, Gladness and Marta, as you pull one from your bag. Pod, you hand a potion over to Gladness. The coughing stops. Your eyes, Marta and Gladness, stop burning. And you kind of clear most of the nastiness from your system. And you take a look around the room you have made your way down into. This is another chamber of this cave system. And it opens up at the bottom of the stairs. It is huge, to the point where... Who has dark vision? Everyone but Marta. Even those of you that have dark vision, Marta, it is pitch black in here. Even those of you that have dark vision, you can see sort of out to your low light vision, and then it clearly goes on. It is dark towards the back of this cavern. But to your right, those of you that can see, you see a ledge, essentially, about 20 feet off, that just sort of drops away into a pit. There are stalactites sort of hanging from the ceiling above you. There is sort of this continuous sound of dripping water, almost like rhythmic, that you get used to pretty quickly. And then a little bit in front of you, heading off to the right, there is a set of stairs that is going down into this pit. And then those of you with dark vision can see just at the edge of your vision, at the bottom of the stairs, there is a large gate that has been set up. The key to which, because you can all see it, because it's in plain sight, hangs to your left on a large wooden peg on the wall.
Why would the key be on?
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Trust
Especially
what?
after that shenanigan we just dealt with.
Hold on, Marta. And Pod will reach into his bag and pull out a... Hold on. What do I have? A candle. And light the candle.
I've got one of those, but it doesn't light.
What? We'll circle back on that.
Okay. Bass gave it to me.
the-
They thought it was real funny.
The candle lights and the lights to flicker out. I don't think a candle is going to give you a full range of
No, it
vision.
says
Does it
bright
say?
light- Yeah, it says bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for an additional 5 feet, so it gives 10 feet.
Okay,
of
so you can
light.
see 10 feet out, Marta. Just more than you could see before. What would you like to do?
I wonder what's in there.
Well, I mean, we can find out. I'm not sure we'll like what we find.
Someone want to look real quick?
Leo,
Maybe
do you
real
want a lizard in
quiet
there?
like?
I can lizard in there.
Just
You want me
maybe,
to?
maybe be real quiet, so in case it's like a big monster, it doesn't eat you.
I turn into a lizard.
Okay. Leo, you wild shape into a lizard. And you have a climb speed as a lizard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can essentially just make your way straight out over the ledge, climb down. It's about 15 feet down. So you don't have to go through the stairs and the gate. And you make your way out into this pit. And once you make it down, there are a few like sort of larger stone stalagmites that are sticking out of the ground. Everything down here is just kind of wet. Again, like the last room, it's very warm, it's very humid. And you make your way in, and you get about halfway back, and you see in the darkness several clusters of very large, about 3 feet or so in height, eggs. And as you make your way around one of the stalagmites, you hear from the back of the cavern what sounds like it's a very small, kind of higher pitched, almost like a whine, like a dog.
I guess I will continue to go back
Okay.
very slowly and quietly as a lizard.
Sure. You're very little. You're pretty quiet. You make your way towards the back of this cavern. You look around and you see a couple of things. It's a very large space. So sort of you make your way off to one side, in kind of a back corner. You see something shift and move, and kind of making its way. You don't get the impression that it sees you, but kind of making its way towards one of these nests with the eggs, and kind of laying down next to it is a, from your perspective, very large drake. You've seen these before. There were a few in Greenest, sort of these very, very large, like mastiff sized lizards, essentially. But you keep hearing this whining sound, and you kind of make your way off to the very back of the cavern, and you find a clutch of eggs, in which the shells of the eggs are broken open. And there's a nest back here of, from your perspective, large, from human perspective, small, baby black dragons. From your knowledge, you've got proficiency in nature and everything. Very recently hatched, probably within the last day.
Babies. I guess I will go back to outside of the bars, the gate, and in my head, I'm gonna stay a lizard a little bit longer. In Pod's head, do we still have telepathy?
I want to say it was up for like 3 hours the last time I rolled
I think
it.
I think it was 4 or 5. Yeah. So
I'm assuming so. Pod would have done it again if it had run out, but
There's baby dragons back there and some eggs. I think we should probably take them.
That sounds like a really bad idea.
But they're baby dragons.
Okay. Baby dragons usually come from a bigger dragon.
But there wasn't a bigger dragon back there. There was a drake in there, but like...
Wait, what?
There was like one of those drakes that we've been seeing around.
Oh. Yeah. That sounds like a very bad idea. Well, what color dragon?
Black.
Yeah, we should definitely take one.
Or two, or like they'll need friends.
Yeah.
How many eggs did I see in there? Just like several like clutches.
Several clutches of eggs, probably upwards of like 40.
And how many were hatched?
4.
So we're gonna take the 4 hatched ones, right?
What does Pod know about dragons? And hatching dragons, dude. Would Pod know that whether or not dragons like imprint?
Oh, they definitely do.
I feel like Leah would know that too. She'd read about them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they definitely imprint on creatures. It's one of the reasons that dragons are so protective over their egg clutches. That they sort of almost immediately will imprint on whoever's there taking care of them.
We should probably take some that haven't quite hatched yet.
Well, these ones just hatched. Like, they probably haven't imprinted yet.
All right.
And the eggs are really big. I mean, it might be easier to take the ones that are already hatched.
Just for reference, the eggs are bigger than Pod.
I'm just imagining Pod carrying one out.
They're about, 3 feet tall, not to say like how wide they are.
All right.
Marta's got this. Psh, throw 3 over her back. She'll be fine.
Okay. Or is it just the 4 babies in there?
And the drake.
Okay, we're gonna have to deal with that thing then.
Would a drake count as an animal?
Let me look. Probably not, but also I'll probably allow it.
Because animal friendship just says a beast that you can see.
It does say a beast. Okay.
A beast.
The drakes are... They are not beasts. They are dragons.
But it could be a beast.
In theory. By all accounts, they are dragon type Pokemon.
Hold on. I think I have an idea.
Would Pod remember what was his name?
I don't fucking know.
In the tent?
Describe.
The guy that Pod...
With the gold mask or the gold headdress.
Yeah.
Oh,
Guy in
Joss.
the red.
Joss.
Yeah.
Would Pod remember?
You know, the guy.
the guy was talking Draconic when he got the drag, like he commanded the dragon, gave it some sort of like order. Would Pod remember what he said?
I don't know that Pod will remember what he said, because I don't think he said anything like suspicious or specific. He spoke to it in Draconic and it seemed to respond.
Pod speaks Draconic though, right?
Yeah. Leo, if I
There
tell
are
you
kobolds around.
Leo, if I tell you exactly what to say.
I mean, I learned Infernal. I could probably speak whatever you want me to.
You're gonna have to transform back and command the Drake to back off. It'll listen to you. It was listening to the cultists.
Okay.
You just gotta sell it, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I can do this.
Pod is going to grab the keys and look to the others. Okay, so there are dragons in there, baby dragons.
Oh, good.
We're gonna adopt a couple of them.
No. We are not adopting.
Leo
or
turns
bringing
into a human
anything
and
else.
back into a half elf.
So
It's baby dragons.
Okay.
Baby dragons.
You're not.
You get one
bringing
too,
any
Glad.
more- That's not the point. We don't need more mouths to feed. We don't need babies. We don't need things that are going to cry and poop and make a mess. And we just don't need that. We're
We
already
need
trying
that.
to.
But they're babies. And if they stay here, then who knows what the cult people are going to do to them?
Yeah, they'll probably brainwash and indoctrinate them into their dragon cult.
They're dragons. They're probably going to lead the dragon cult.
Well, I think it's very important that we have dragons to fight the dragon cult with. So
exactly. Yeah, that what she said.
anyway, I'm gonna do the thing. Keys?
Yeah, keys. Again, exactly what I say. All right.
Okay. Yep. Got it.
Pod will.
So my understanding that you took the key off the wall.
Unless it was trapped.
Because you don't have the other keys.
Yeah, the key off the wall.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll check the key on the wall first, though, to make sure that it's not rigged up to some elaborate booby trap that's gonna drop buckets of paint on us like we're in Home Alone.
Roll investigation.
Oh boy.
Marta could roll it again if you'd like.
I don't know if there's any salvaging this one, y'all.
Can I roll investigation too?
Sure. Yeah, any of
'Cause-
you can roll.
That's a 4.
Marta will roll.
I will also roll an investigation.
Okay,
because
You were all just
Trust
dousing
God.
acid a few minutes ago. That feels reasonable that everybody would be like, let me get a hand on this ball.
11.
Okay.
Marta rolled
I
17.
saved all.
So
yeah.
it's 17.
Okay.
Let's see, what's my modifier?
As the
That
baby
is a
dragons
dirty. Well, not a dirty 20. It's a 19.
cry. I thought you said 30.
I
And
was like,
excuse me.
What?
So, I mean, Leo, you don't see anything. Pod, you can barely see the key from where you're standing because it's hung very high up on the wall. But Marta and Gladness, you take a good look at it. It really just looks like a key hanging on a wooden peg on the wall. You don't see any wires. You don't see any sort of threads. You don't see any like extra bits and bobs.
Would
Marta, I
still
think
have
your detect magic is probably fading at this because
Okay.
it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
And And you guys have done some talking and some healing and stuff. So I think it's fading at this point. It's sort of the last bit you get from it, but there's nothing magical about it. It looks like a key hanging on a key hook.
Seems okay. She'll poke it.
It kind of clinks against the stone wall a little bit.
All right, seems safe.
All right.
Hops up and grabs it.
Oh, okay.
Take the key. Nothing happens because it's just a key hanging on a key hook like normal fucking people do with their keys.
Listen, normal
Yes,
people don't put holes.
I've ruined them.
I was going to say, normal people don't put pits underneath their carpets and acid
This
in
was
their churches.
This was the real trick. Yeah, you take the key, hand it down to, or Pod in your case, up to Leo. Leo, you make your way down, unlock the...
Well, I'm not gonna unlock it yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna come to the gate and look to Pod. Okay, what am I saying?
All right, this is what you say. Pod speaks Draconic. I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend. And make it
No, I'm not going to ask you to do that because you're just going to hiss at me.
But something along the lines of like, stand down. We're here to collect the eggs. Or collect the newborns.
All right, Leo's going to call out into the thing in Draconic.
Wait. What's the name? What was the name of the black dragon? Half dragon?
Resmir?
Resmir.
You slept with her.
Yes, I did, and I forgot her name. I told her I wasn't sticking around. I don't know what you want.
Listen,
She
she's
knew
not
what
mad.
this was. Okay.
Yeah, we were on the same page with it. Oh, I don't know that they're black though.
I think Leo said.
Did you
Because
say
Pod
they're black?
asked.
Yeah, because Pod
Okay.
asked.
Wait, they're black dragons. Say Resmir sent me.
How do I say that in Draconic? Pod
Okay, so add this onto the beginning.
calls that out.
Okay.
Resmir sent me. Stand down.
Stand down.
We're here to collect the newborns.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna make you roll to recall it, but you're literally standing right next to Pod, and he can just tell you what to say, which is good strategy. Roll, please, for me. I think this is probably animal handling
That's what I was betting on.
with advantage
Okay.
because Resmir sent you.
That is a 21.
Okay. Leo, you call out in Draconic, sort of copying what Pod is telling you to say, adding on the bit about Resmir in the front, and you hear a kind of a hissing, like growling sound as the drake you saw before makes its way to toward the gate, to where you can all... Marta, I think you can see far enough out to see like something is moving down there. And then behind it, a second drake makes its way up next to the first one. And then both of them sort of take up a spot right next to the drop off, sort of the cliff. It's not tall enough to be a cliff, but the ledge, like the edge of that at the bottom of it. And they both kind of sit down, kind of lay down near the gate, and just kind of stay there.
So drakes count as animals in animal handling, but not animals in animal
They're
friendly.
animals, they're not beasts.
Okay. Just
The
clear.
spell should be
for-
called
because-
Speak with Beasts, not Speak with
Yeah, because
animals.
animals is not
Charming.
like a thing. Beasts is like a specific subset
Okay.
in D&D. So it would be like humanoids, dragons, monstrosities. Beasts is one of those.
Okay.
Animals is not.
Makes sense.
It's a little confusing.
Wizards of the Coast is wrong about everything. Anyway.
We're gonna fix it.
Cool. Looks like that worked.
All right. Well, unless somebody wants to play, I guess whoever wants one, go grab one. Unless somebody wants to be mom and pa to quadruplets, just be careful that they don't all see you.
Okay.
How are we gonna split them up?
Well, I can talk to him.
It's okay. Like generally, like it's not just seeing; it's also like caring for them and stuff. Like, so it shouldn't be like an immediate thing that happens. Like they've probably seen the drakes and stuff, but it's only been a day. So
Marta takes out some rations.
Leo follows suit.
Pa doesn't know how any of the technicalities of this work. Pulls out a pair of socks. I have a pair of old socks.
I know you do.
So speak with animals wouldn't work on the little dragons.
Because the spell specifically says beasts, right?
Speak with animals. Speak with aminals.
I can probably talk with them. Just FYI.
Can they speak yet? They're babies.
I don't know.
Probably talk to them.
I mean, if you said a day, like I was already speaking after like a couple days.
Oh, Pod, that's
It
really
does say
impressive.
beasts.
Yeah. So
It's
they're not
just
beasts.
Yeah.
Well,
they are dragons. That is a capital D dragons.
I'm 8 years old. Like, I've been around a while.
Wow, Pod. I didn't know you were that young.
Oh, Colt, we're not.
Is that young for kobolds?
Comparatively, most of us die around like 4 or 5.
So you're an old kobold.
Kind of.
An obald.
An old.
An old kobold?
To be
Is
fair,
there, like-
kobolds can
is-
live until like they're like 150 or something.
They just
They
age very quick. They mature
age
very quickly.
Yeah. And they mostly die very violently, very young.
Is there like a term of respect in Draconic that we should use since you're so old?
Yes, there is. It's
Marta!
She's just trying to be nice.
it's draconic. You have to put the right syllables on it, but it's professor. Professor is a
Professor.
draconic. Yes.
Professor
or professor
Pod.
is fine too. Yeah.
Professor Pod.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not calling you that.
Be respectful, Glad. He's an old man.
Hey, Professor, I'm gonna go get a dragon now. Bye. Leo just goes
Gladys-
off into the cave.
Gladness is sitting over here like, I fucking know what a professor is. Listen.
I went to school at least for a year.
Okay,
Which
Leo.
is true.
Okay, Marta will follow Leo in because she wants to look at the baby dragons.
All right, so you unlock the gate. And sorry, I gotta stop reading chat because they're looking into my decisions, and I don't like it.
Quit
I'm saying I
it.
love it. Judge me all you want. Only Tiamat can judge me. Hashtag blessed. Leo,
I'm Tiamat, so I can,
you are
I
Tiamat.
can judge
Oh, I
you.
forgot. That's
Only
right.
Morgan can judge me. Hashtag blessed. Tiamat, you make your way down. Surprise, we've spoiled it.
Spoilers.
Leo And with Marta following behind, you make your way down, unlock the gate. The two drakes are sitting off to the side by the ledge. They don't move. They just kind of lay there, like I don't know, like dogs taking a nap, I guess.
I was following too
Yes.
because I will not let Leo go into a pit of dragons on her own.
Okay. So Gladness follows behind. Pod.
Yeah.
Do you go?
Mm-hmm.
You all go. And you make your way, Leo, sort of leading to the back of this chamber. And you hear this very, very high-pitched sort of little crying, sort of whining sound. Again, it's like puppies, like small, like dogs, like little kittens, something like that. And I know we all know what that sounds like. So you follow that sound back, Marta sort of holding the candle, and you come upon this little clutch. There were 4 very large, again, probably about 3 foot tall. Pod, you could have probably squished down and fit inside one of these eggs. Eggs that have been broken open. The remnants of the like black glittering shells sitting around the edges of the little nest, and there are 4 little black dragonlings crawling around in there.
Hold
What
out
would you like
the
to
little
do?
rations.
Hey, they're kind of
There you go.
cute.
Yeah, Leo
go.
crouches down and does the same.
Okay.
You hungry?
Glad, reluctantly, also crouches down. I want a dragon.
Dragon.
Of course you do.
Doesn't want a dragon.
Pod.
Pod does the same. Takes the 2 socks, balls one up and sticks it in the end of the other, so it's like, a little ball at the end, and holds that out for the dragon to like chew on, like a dog.
I'm picturing baby toothless.
That's exactly what was in my
Yeah.
brain. So yeah,
Pod's
little
doing.
toothlessness. They don't
I
have
have
teeth
2
yet.
other things that Pod wants to do while everyone's distracted by their dragons, but I can get to that in a second.
We'll do that. Okay, we'll do that in a second.
Yeah. I have things too about dragons, so I'll let other people go first.
Okay. Well, we'll go one by one. How does that sound? You all enter the shelter, and it's welcome to the Dragon Humane Society. Leo, you crouch down and you hold out some rations, and one of the little sort of mewing babies kind of makes its way over to you. So it's kind of pulling itself along. They have the 4 legs and the wings with little claws at the end of them. But it sort of pads its way over to you, kind of sniffs at the ration, and then all at once, in just sort of a huge chomp, just kind of like grabs onto it, and it's just kind of like hanging there, like this is way too big of a bite. And it doesn't know what to do, so it's just like, yes, I've done it.
So cute. Leo just kind of laughs and like lets go of the ration and like scritches behind its ear fins or whatever it has.
You let go of the ration, and it's like holding on to it, so it kind of like drops, but it doesn't let go, and starts like chomping on it. And yeah, as you pet its little head, it makes a little purring.
To differentiate, can we just say that they all have different colored eyes, even though they're all black dragons?
Sure, yeah, we can differentiate them however you guys want. They're 4 little black dragon. I was gonna say wormlings. They're not quite wormlings because those are actually a thing and very big, very big. That's what they will grow into. But little black dragon babies. So like, if you all want to give them like a certain characteristic, maybe that would differentiate them. That could be fun.
I'll just say that mine has green eyes. Just to make it.
It's got these like bright green eyes that sort of look up at you, a little excited, and starts to like sort of chew away at the ration that you gave it. It sort of sits like right next to you and is like, I can keep this, right? Yes, okay. And just crunches away at the ration that you gave it as you give it a little scritches. Makes a little purring sound. It's adorable. Marta.
Can do the same. I'm gonna say mine's got some bright blue eyes and it's really shy. It's hiding behind another egg until she's like, hey, you want some of this? You hungry?
They've got a little shy guy. But as you sort of hold the ration close, you see like one, it sort of shifts a little bit and you see just one sort of like very bright blue eye kind of peek out from behind like it's sort of like a big piece of eggshell that's been left. And as you call to it, it kind of creeps its way over. It thinks it's hiding. It's like creeping its way a little bit closer and closer towards you. But again, like once it gets close, it very, very quickly, almost sort of startlingly quickly, lashes out with its little skull-shaped head, and its little pointed teeth just kind of like latch on to the ration. And I think you can feel it kind of pulling a little bit. Again, it's very little, but sort of like pulling it out of your hand.
Oh, all right, you can have that.
And you drop it, and it drops, and it kind of pulls it like, it doesn't hide completely behind the eggshell, but kind of like pulls it next to it and is like chomping on it, but is like looking at you the whole time.
Reaches out real slow, lets him sniff her, and then gives a little pet.
Yeah, it accepts the pets.
Okay.
Gladness.
Okay, so I did not get out any rations because I like my food. But what I am going to do is I am going to sing a little verse and see which of the two dragons comes up to me, because I would love a dragon that liked music.
Okay.
So I crouch down to the ground and kind of reach out and sing. And what I sing is, "For disconsolate traveler, your time not yet here. Your fate's not what guides you, 'tis your beating heart will steer." And see if one comes up to me.
Okay. You sing a little bit, and as a couple of them are just like chomping away on the rations and everything. One of the two, I think you can see like is like curled up kind of behind the other ones, kind of perks up a little bit, kind of cocks its little head, and after a moment, so it turns, it looks just directly at you. It's kind of like stares. What is it? What does this little guy look like? He's got a distinguishing feature.
He's got a big old splash right on his nose that's like silver.
Got a big silver nose spot, and it shines a little bit in Marta's candlelight, and I think catches your eye. And he looks at you, kind of with his like narrowed eyes. They're very like, those deep socketed sort of black dragon eyes, and he like narrows them, kind of like scoots back, kind of scoots around the edge, and is like, I'm so sneaky. And kind of makes it around the other two, kind of keeping just outside of the candlelight, which it only goes about 10 feet out, and makes its way around until he's very near to your feet, your boots, and just kind of like sits and like settles down. Just kind of looks at you like.
And I just hum the same little melody and like hold my hand down to it.
Yeah, it bites your finger a little bit.
Ow. Thanks. You keep doing that?
Starts to do it again.
I'm like, okay, we're gonna move the hand now.
But it just sits there. Kind of listens along. Pod.
Pod looks to the other three, and then while they're focused on theirs, goes to the last one left. Squats down a little bit, because I can't imagine they're much shorter than Pod is. This is like
No,
like
they're
a
little
dog
puppies.
next to Pod.
Yeah, they're like puppy sized, so.
Yeah. In Draconic says, I guess that just leaves you and me then.
As you speak, it cocks its head, sort of one side of its head, like towards you, like it's listening. There's not a lot of recognition on its face, but it recognizes that you're speaking, like you've made a sound that it recognizes, and just kind of looks towards you. What does your guy look like?
I think maybe like a little smaller than the others. I think it only has one horn starting to grow instead of the two. It's like kind of a little lopsided, and I think has very dark, like black eyes you almost can't see, that like are so black that they're almost purple. Because I've got to keep the aesthetic going. And Pod takes the sock and kind of like plays with it a little bit like you would with a dog. Like, huh? You want it? And like tries to like entice it to bite down on the sock. And while Pod is sort of like, if it plays a little bit, I think as Pod is trying to inspect it very closely, and try to see if it looks familiar at all.
Okay.
Any like similar features?
Roll investigation.
Sure.
But yeah, it takes the bait. It's very playful. Immediately sort of starts to kind of bat at the stuffed end of the sock. I think eventually kind of like latching onto it, kind of like crawling up it, and as you're looking at it, it just kind of like sticks its head down in the sock and is like, like, what's in here? And is trying to crawl inside.
15.
It pulls its head back out of the sock and looks up at you. And I think for the first time, you see it's like very, very dark. I think it's just the sclera. Like, I don't think there are any like pupils or anything on this specific one. And it's very dark, dark like violet color, and with its little black scaled snout and everything. Brings back some memories. It just looks up at you and it like pulls it, kind of gets stuck, and then like pulls this little snout out of the sock, and it's the corners of its little mouth turn up, and it's just little tiny teeth and a little baby smile.
Pod kind of instinctively smiles back, and again, still in Draconic, says, I guess neither one of us can really help where we came from. Alright. Guess you're coming with me then. If you want to, I guess.
It just kind of looks at you, like sticks its nose back down in the sock.
Right. Pod also, assuming we might have a couple moments where everybody is focusing on the dragon, quickly pulls out a small piece of parchment. scrawls in charcoal a little note on it, and just folds it and leaves it inside the shell of the dragon egg.
Okay. So, it's the four of you bond in different ways with the baby dragons, Yug. That is where we're going to go ahead and end our session for today. We got to where I wanted to get to.
The experience of bonding with our dragons leveled us up.
Would you not steal my thunder?
Uh-oh. I was making a joke.
Well, I posted about it in Discord earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, read the freaking channel.
Don't read the Discord.
Well, that seems like a you problem. So, as all of you bond with your baby dragons, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and level up to level 4. Hey! You've done it. Congratulations. You hit the milestone. Yeah, so thanks.
I'm looking at the Discord and I see that I responded to you.
That was me.
I was driving, so I don't recall that.
Oh.
I did it. It was
I was
me.
very confused for a few minutes.
I was on your
Sam did it.
How do we
Sweet.
level up?
What are we all naming our dragons, or do we want to do that? in
Ooh, that's a
character
good
next
question.
time?
Let's do it in character next time, but I know what I'm naming mine.
Yeah,
Me
think
too.
about it. I don't want to put anybody on the spot because I know this is very important. It took 5 sessions, but when I proposed the idea for this game months ago, you all asked me for one thing, and all I can say is you're welcome. So, baby dragons, it's happening. I'm very excited about it, and I hope you are too. We do a thing at the end of this game. My brain is so fucking fried. Dungeons are hard, you guys. We do a little thing called Stars and Wishes. I was like looking for the end of session questions, and I'm just like, they don't exist in this universe. I'm gonna make some up for Dungeons and Dragons because they need them. But we do a little thing called Stars and Wishes. So let's do those. So I don't have to talk as much anymore because I've been looking at a map for 3 hours. Who wants to go?
I'll go. My star is going to go to Sid for the scene with making Pod dance. That's very cute.
That was so sweet.
And I have a secret wish, but my not secret wish,
Tell us the secret wish.
is going to be that we get the chance to blow all this money that we've got.
You guys do have a lot of money. So I will say, because at least one of you, probably a couple of you would know this, El Terrell is like a merchant town, essentially. It's a big stop for traveling merchants. There are also some sort of just like an established like merchant sort of almost like a permanent bazaar that's just there. So get ready. We're going shopping. I'm not going to give you guys a big item list. Essentially, I'm just going to like pull the lists from the Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, and send them to you and say anything on this list is fair game. So you have all the assets and everything in Roll20. Is there anything you want to buy? Unless it's like legendary, it's probably there. So just let me know. I'll tell you how much it costs. Who else? Morgan.
My star goes to Sam for banging a half dragon.
That's 2
Fine.
Fade to
Damn
Blacks
it.
in 5 episodes. I feel like that's pretty good.
Pretty good. And my wish is more cute baby dragons, which I'm assuming we'll get, but I'm still wishing for it. More just like time with them being cute.
Absolutely reasonable. Who else?
My star goes to Pod for living their best life and lighting shit on fire. Because they totally said they would.
Yay.
Yeah. I have a selfish wish.
Sure.
More Baz. All the time. Every time.
I think Baz is going to be very interested in this situation.
Okay. My star also goes to Marta for just being Marta. I love Marta.
I love her too. She's the best.
She's very pure, and I wish her the best in life. My wish is I don't know. My wish is for this baby dragon to be just as salty as Glad is. I think that would be fantastic.
A jaded baby dragon. Weary of the
I love it.
world that it has not yet experienced.
Listen, he's just doing his prep work. Okay.
Just imitating Glad.
For better or for worse, we will find out next week on The Forgotten. Thanks everybody for playing with me today. This one, but I feel like I say this every week, but boy, did a lot happen today. So much happened. And it was an incredible ride as always, and I'm happy to have been a part of it. So thanks for going along with this. We'll have more dungeon. You guys have done about half of it. So if you would like to continue on, there's more dungeon next time, or lots more things, getting out of the camp, starting to travel to El Terrell, where a couple of your friends are waiting for you. Lots to be done, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So thanks to everybody in chat for hanging out with us. Thanks for the engagement and the loot drop. Next time, maybe it won't be a potion, but maybe it'll just be oops all potions. We'll see. But we will be back 1 week from today. Same time, same place, 8 o'clock Eastern time here next Monday for this. In the meantime, we are live 6 days a week out of the 7 here on GGK. So check out our schedules down below our faces on Twitch. It's also on our Twitter. It's also on our Discord. So yeah, we're most evenings. If you want something to watch, it's here. Our YouTube is also just full of magical things. You can watch, especially this week, and we will tweet when this goes out. We'll also post it in the Discord and everything. But that we have a special one-shot that we did that Val ran a few days ago called Fun Time Dungeon Land, in which some of us played Dungeons and Dragons, but it was a game show. And it was friggin' wild. So that's gonna premiere on YouTube this week as well. So keep an eye out, because we'll tweet about that shit. Does anybody have anything they wanna plug before we go away? All right.
Thank you for a good session. You're a great DM.
Thank you, Savvy.
Aw, thanks.
You gave us baby dragons. Yay!
I told you I would. I made good on that promise. And I also made good on the promise of I'm not going to go easy on you.
Marta almost died, y'all.
Hence, I did almost kill Marta with an acid trap today. So everybody on Twitter can shut the fuck up about me being too nice as a DM.
Straight up almost died this session. Just saying. So
take that. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all the things I should say on the internet for today. Thank you guys. You're all wonderful as players. Love having you. Thanks to all of our friends in chat. Love having you as well. And you're also wonderful. We'll be back in a week. But until next time, good game and good night, internet.